Okay, I guess they might be on the other side. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Wisco Gal. Hi, Sweet Potato. Hi, Chantel. Girl, I can't take Foodie Beauty. I'm serious. When that woman said she was looking for healthy foods, I was like, get the hell out of here. I cannot take her. I don't know if you know Chantel, but Kim Rhea was banned from TikTok for her latest antics, and I saw that you had it on hi Pocono Lexi. Hi sweetie. I saw you had it on your live with her writing haters on her forehead, which is crazy. Hi Michelle. Hi Wendy. Good morning. I was gonna come live earlier, but I've just been I really had to drag myself out of bed just to wash my face, brush my teeth, and when I get off here, I'm going to take a nice hot bath and probably climb back in my bed. Hi, Aesops. How are you? I know I saw you had it, but when I was looking for it, I thought it was hot takes, hot hot fakes on the internet, whatever. I thought that's where I saw it at. Hi, Deborah. Oh no, not my president. Yeah, we're going to talk about him too. We're going to talk about Epstein. We're going to talk about a few things this morning. So I guess we see now that the media is pulling back off the whole Nancy Guthrie situation. TMZ received the fourth letter yesterday, I think it was, and when I was listening to Brian this morning, he said that a lot of the news media has pulled out. The only tent that was still up or they're covering was him and his people. So I guess the news media is actually losing interest in this whole Nancy Guthrie situation. Now, I was watching Nancy Grace yesterday, and there are two elderly black women that have disappeared under mysterious circumstances, and we're going to look at those. And I don't see the news media camping out outside their house. One of these women is a 23-year Navy, 23-year career Navy veteran. Okay, so Trump is pissed because the U.S. Supreme Court said that his tariffs were all illegal. He did not have the power, which I keep saying. This man doesn't have the power that he thinks he has, but he keeps doing the same shit. So his tariffs, the U.S. Supreme Court said, hold on, buddy. No, 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 no. This is not how this is going. So the Supreme Court struck down all these tariffs. Hi, Shauna. Hi, Gamecock. And he said that they should be ashamed to be members of the court. So then the White House comes out and says, hey, we're going to find a way around this. We're going to reimpose these import fees. This man does not understand the way the system works. You just don't say, this is what we're doing. You are the figurehead. You do not run this country. That's why we have a Senate. We we have we have all of these things in place to keep idiots like that from running amok. But I want to know what took him so long. And now he's also upset because now they're looking at him redoing this ballroom in the White House. What is it, $30 million? So a decision was made 6-3, saying that, hey, the federal government has collected more than 200 billion in tariffs since the start of last year. Hi, Colleen. Uh, my question is, what took you so long? Hi, Mari. What took you so long? They said that the administration um, could force the government to unwind trade deals with other countries and potentially pay tens of billions of dollars in refunds. Hi, Julie. I hope you're feeling better. I should have called you, but I didn't want to bother you because I know when I'm not up to par, I don't feel like talking to anyone. Maybe that's just me. Uh, Trump said he was disappointed. He criticized the justices, and now let's think. Some of these justices he appointed as well. He said they shouldn't have ruled against him because he was elected to the presidency. Trump said, "You shouldn't rule against me. I'm the president." We're 34 felons and tied to Jeffrey Epstein and all of these grapes of these children. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Prince Andrew too. He is really upset. Hi, Muggsy. Hi, sweetie. He said that he's gonna be signing more orders to restore these tariffs and using other authorities to get them through. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This shit is so funny. So so they're going out to investigate what other authorities can he use to impose these tariffs on these imports. So the three justices that he appointed, they stood with them. So that would be Kavanaugh, Thomas. No, he didn't put Thomas there. No, he didn't put Thomas there. Kavanaugh and Alito. They said that the president should be able to impose these tariffs under the power to conduct foreign affairs. So now these companies have hired lawyers and they're filing suits and they're trying to get a refund on the tariffs they've paid, which could be tens of billions of dollars. Then he tried to use his emergency powers. He tried to use his emergency powers to impose these tariffs, right? And they said, hold on a minute there, Tonto. Hold on there, you orange one. Uh, you can't use that power with old law tax imports. He is, y'all thought he was orange before. Hey George, y'all thought he was orange before. When I looked at this, uh, uh, when I looked at his press conference, I said, "Whoo, buddy, this motherfucker, you can see the red all there." Hi, sassy nerd girl. Oh my God. Hi, Maria Haskins. I was cracking up laughing when I was watching this. They were like, hold up, Tonto. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You can't do that. He has all of these advisors that I'm sure advise him on what he can and cannot do. But Trump thinks because he is the president, he can do whatever he wants. And I saw a slogan the other day, and it said, "You can't spell hatred without red hat." Think about that. I miss George too. It says, "You can't spell hatred without red hat." And I was like, whoa. So now he's upset. His hairpiece looked like it's yellow instead of white. And I'm just like, oh my God, man, what is wrong with you? And I'm looking at all of these things, even when they were bragging about all these executive orders he signed. I said, wait a minute, he doesn't have the power to do this. But then he tried to, oh my God, I forgot the guy's name that he had to bring back in June that he deported. And but he brought him back. I think he brought him back through Tennessee, and he brought him back because they were pressuring him to bring him back into the United States because he had deported him, and then they were threatening him to go to South Africa and all these other places. And the Supreme Court said, "Hold up, wait a minute. You can't do this anymore." So they made him bring him back, but he brought him back under a charge of trafficking, which the guy has pled not guilty to. He's married to an American woman. He has an American child. He immigrated here when he was in his teen years. He never became a citizen. So now he's here. The Supreme Court said, we have all this, you want to deport him to all these places that he don't know, but Costa Rica is willing to take him. So they're saying, no, you cannot deport him. He's pissed off about that too. Trump is not having a good week. He's not having a good week. But I'm just like, Heidi, did you see the guy he's endorsing to go against Ossoff and Herschel Walker giving a speech? No, I didn't, Marcia. I didn't. I did not. I did not. I did not. But I would definitely to take a look. But when they had the elections, Republicans lost really bad in this primary. Anyone over 70 should be a president. Oh, sassy. Anyone over 70 shouldn't be president. Well, Trump is planning on running for another. Do you guys know that he's trying to pass a law so he can run again? Hi, just saying. I'm just laughing. Hi, Savage. I'm laughing because I don't think anyone in their right mind, he doesn't have that type of power. We have a congressional body. We have a whole system on how do you get things done. He wants to bypass. How many pens did he use to sign all of these damn bills? And most of them were being kicked out, struck down left and right. How many? It's sad. Hi, DJ. You know what, DJ Mandingo? I just realized something. Savage just came in, and then you come right behind her. What's going on there? And then you come in my chat and speak to Savage before you speak to me. What a minute. I know you said that you were going to Detroit, so am I to believe that you guys are together? Got a problem. We've got snow here yesterday, and I kind of like got caught in it because I had an appointment. Oh my God, Amber. Hey, boo boo, Amber. Are you okay? I didn't want to bother you. Guys, my girl just had to have an emergency, I don't know if you call it surgery procedure, but I was like, God damn, Amber. I'm telling you, you need to sell that house. You know, yeah, I know he's your boo. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I thought he was Mike Duke. Oh, well, I guess I'm Lady Dan. Well, I'm Lady Danbury, so I can't be his. Okay, I'm good. I forgot the Duke like white women. Sorry about that, Duke. Anyway, I was looking at that, and I had a conversation yesterday with a couple of people, and I'm going to go back to doing what I like to do. Oh, you going to California too? Well, who the hell is in California? Wait a minute. You need to come here to Spokane, Washington. Oh my God. That's what I want to know, Savage. Who else? Who is in? Oh, the Duke of Hastings. Oh, yes, you are the Duke of Hastings. um, DJ, who's in California? Okay, good, Amber. Good. Oh my God, Missy, all our snow melted. Then last night we had, girl, it was bad here. I got caught up in that shit. I didn't have nothing on but a sweater. Well, I had a hoodie. I'm the wind, the snow, and the sleet and the rain. It was bad. It was bad. So I'm just like, oh, I'm kind of congested. But I took a Tylenol cold and sinus daytime about 2 hours ago when I got up, and I'm gonna try to knock this shit out because my head felt like it was about to explode. Oh, okay, you're coming to Spokane. Okay, okay, I got you. I got you. So anyway, there's been a lot going on with this Epstein stuff, and Mari sent me. Oh my God, Mari, that's over 10,000 photos. I'm trying to go through all of this stuff. I see they have redacted a lot of pictures when you can see some of the pictures. There are kids in these pictures, are young girls. So I'm trying to go through all those photos and download the ones that I really want, but I really appreciate that. It looked like he had a bunker too. Oh, you're staying home all weekend, Chantel? Yeah. I'm telling you, Amber needs to sell over in the last year and a half. Oh my God. You need to sell that house. You need art. Sage the house, Amber. Sage the house. That's what you need to do. Sage that damn house. Because I think you got an entity in there. Okay, you have questions. Heidi, can you read my last comment? Hold on. Let me look, sweetie. Just saying, just saying. Oh, I got to open up my YouTube side too so I can see. Just saying. Wait a minute. Okay, sorry I'm late, but can we talk about the artist formerly known as? Yeah, girl, we getting ready to get into Andrew. Girl, we getting ready to get into Andrew. Okay, so I got Andrew pulled up. Okay, just saying, I got you. I got you. The artist formerly known. They stripped his ass. They stripped his ass. Prince William, look, Prince William, who will be king one day soon, I'm sure. He was like, hell no. Mm-mm. You've got to go. Now, he done took Camilla out of all the financial shit. And now, but he's still allowed to live on the grounds. Yes. So these companies, the Deborah Best that paid tens of billions of dollars to us and all of these fucking import, well, on all these tariff taxes, now they've hired lawyers and they are filing claims. They are suing us. They want their money back. I don't know why they paid it. I know, girl, When before I left, I had to place all of these orders because of the high tariffs that were getting ready to go through. So this is just crazy. Let me see. I'm okay when visiting your friend Heidi. Okay, thank you, Savage. So, nope, he's at the farmhouse. Nope, 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 nope. So, this is the picture of him after he was released. Notice it says Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. There is no Prince. There is no nothing there. Okay, nothing there. He's still under investigation. He was released after 19 hours. So in the UK, I think they can hold him up to 90 or 96 hours. He was released after 19 hours. He is being held accountable. Notice it's Mr. Mountbatten Windsor, not Prince Andrew. So they said the British police on Thursday evening released Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, after taking him into custody for several hours, intensifying a long running crisis for the monarchy over his ties to the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Now, we know, hi, not my real name. How are you? Now, we know that the monarchy knew what was going on because it was a rush to remove his name from everything, to remove him from his post. What was that, last week? We knew. They knew this was going on. I believe they were cooperating with the authorities. His brother came out and said, "Let justice take its course." I said the same thing. I said, "Where's Fergie?" Because they're remarried now. She knew about all of this shit. Even when they were divorced, they were still traveling together. They were still doing shit together. Now the daughter, what's the daughter's name? The oldest one. She has cut all ties with him. She wrote, oh my God, I saw it. And then I was talking to Ann about it too. She has broke all ties. She wants nothing to do with him. It's been bad since the allegations came out. But now she flat out wants nothing to do with him. The king took his title, but he took him away from his royal duties. He still carried that title, Prince Andrew. Now he's been stripped of that title. They removed him from all the royal functions. They removed him from representing the crown. He was just there. And now they have stripped him of that title. I know he must feel, I feel no sympathy for him at all. Yeah, it's Eugenia. It's Eugenia is the one. I don't know what Beatrice did, but Eugenia wants nothing. Hi, Sarah, wants nothing to do with him. This has caused a big rift. Even when the allegations first started happening, but now that he's been arrested, and the fact that this man is in the UK and he's being arrested, and you have these SOBs here that victimize these ladies, well, young girls, and the fact that Pam Bondi, when she was in that hearing, she didn't even acknowledge the victims. But you'll warn about immigration and illegal aliens. I'm going to be like Jasmine Crockett. I don't know how you got this job because you don't know what the hell you're doing. She didn't even acknowledge those women that were in that courthouse. Then that was in that Senate hearing. Then she says, well, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question. No, bitch, you answer the question that was asked of you. Okay, DJ, you answer the question that was asked of you. You don't get to run shit here. Well, I heard about that too. I didn't know how deep that shit went. But now, okay, if they stripped Prince Andrew of his title, wouldn't his children not have titles anymore either? Let's think about that. If they stripped him of his title, wouldn't those girls lose that title as Princess Beatrice and wouldn't they lose that? Oh yeah, there are going to be big changes when William takes the throne. I'm sure he's just sitting there every morning going, "Is he dead yet? Is he dead yet? Damn, he's still breathing. Okay, I heard him cough. Okay, all right, yep." And then he's can't wait to kick Camilla's ass out. But that is the question. Will Eugenia and Beatrice lose their titles? They're on the royal roster. But Andrew isn't, right? I don't think they want to have them at court for no reason. Hi, Sodan. How are you? I was supposed to go live earlier, sweetie, but I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. So Fergie hasn't been arrested. Look at it in all his royal garbs. Look, no more do you wear those, sir. No more do you get to wear those. Um, so the fact that he said he didn't know, you remember he said that he didn't know that young girl, and yet there were pictures of him with her with his arms wrapped around her waist, and you can tell she was like 15, 16 years old. Andrew, Andrew, hi. Okay, let me see who took Andrew's titles because now I want to know. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on. Who took Prince Andrew's title? Okay, here we go. King Charles III formally stripped his brother, Prince Andrew, now referred to as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, of his princely title, the Duke of York. It was King Charles that took that title. And this was back in November when all of this scrutiny started really, really getting on about Jeffrey Epstein. So, the action taken, King Charles used his royal prerogative, look, his royal prerogative, to remove Andrew's titles, with the changes becoming officially via letters patent. The decision followed renewed attention on sexual abuse allegations and the release of further Epstein files. That's the files with all the pictures and with the roster and with the flight info and all this stuff. Andrew is no longer styled as a royal highness, lost his Duke of York title, and was evicted from his home at the Royal Lodge. Oh, he was evicted, but he's still at the farm. He's evicted. I'm just like, whoa. He was stripped. That was in November. I remember hearing that. Well, he started it in October. It became official in November. He stripped him of the title, the garb, everything. He is to be known as Andrew. He's a Windsor descent, but he is Andrew, not your Royal Highness, not Prince Andrew, no nothing. So now I want to know, okay, so the girls are still on the royal registry. Hold on. Let me ask. Who is on the royal registry? Okay, so we have the British Family Registry, specifically the line of succession as of late 2025, is headed by King Charles and Queen Consort, not Queen Camilla, followed by Prince William and his children, George, Charlotte, and Louis. Other key members include the Duke of Sussex, which is Harry, Prince Archie, Prince Lilibet, the Duke of Edinburgh, and the Princess Royal. Oh, he's not even his kids are not on the royal registry. So this was as of his kids are not on the royal registry. Hmm. We have Princess Anne, Peter, huh? Harry and Meghan, non-working members with children, Archie and Lilibet. So okay. Oh well, Andrew, you'll be okay. So anyway, he is no longer there. I mean, he's there, but he's not considered your Royal Highness. So we were talking about some stuff the other day, and we were talking about the Pizzagate. And you know, when Christy Teigen and all of them used to be on Twitter and all of this stuff about um the pizza things. If you remember when Diddy was in jail and he was talking to his son and he was telling his son to get rid of all the pizza boxes. And I said then, I said, that's code. He told him to get rid of all the pizza boxes. Yes, Charles took it last year. I think Charles says, Mummy's gone and so are your titles. So I found out the other day that when they were talking about having mushrooms on top of pepper, that was considered to be a blonde boy. A blonde boy. Now we have this whole thing with Epstein. And let me tell you, I was playing with AI the other day. And let me show you what I came up with because I was going to use it as my thumbnail. But then I said I was going to wait to use it. Oh, come on, move. I think I have to go get. I've had this mouse now for um what was it? AI. Oh, it came to my phone. No, I sent it to myself. Hold on. Let me put my name in here. Heidi. Okay. Let's see. I sent it to myself after playing with AI and oh, they received my payment. I didn't tell you to take no payment out of my thing. What is this? 8:29 a.m. Is this the one? No. Anyway, I'll show it to you. I have it. I have it. I just don't know where I put it at now. And I hate when I can't find stuff. I really do. But anyway, Epstein Island. It's on my phone. Hold on, let me show it to you. Because I'm gonna use that as a series that I'm going to do. So this is the photograph that I'm going to be using for Epstein Island. See that? I'm gonna be using that photograph right there. So And there's young girls in the water. There's money flying all around the skull, everything. So, but for Epstein, like I said, Mari sent me all of these pictures. This man had a bunker. Some of these pictures are with, you can see the faces have been redacted. Yes, he's living on Charles' private estate. That's where he's at the farm. Well, that's what they called it. Uh, that's what they called it. So I was like, okay, well, I guess he needs somewhere to live because him and Fergie got remarried, which was supposed to be a big secret, but they had been living together for freaking years. So they finally made it official again. But not in the royal wealth, but they are still in line of succession. Oh, okay. All right. The Duke of Hastings on the royal registry. Got you. Okay. Every family has a creepy uncle. So, girl, I thought about that. I thought about that too. So, you had what is it? Prince what are her name? Anne and her daughter. Do you think he ever tried anything funny with anybody or any one of the people that work for the royal family's kids? Do you think that's why Diana couldn't stand him? Do we think that's why Diana couldn't stand him? But then Diana married Prince Charles, who used to date her sister. But so, but do you think that's why? Hi, Gwen. I mean, Island Girl, good morning. I saw orange. I thought that was Gwen. Hi, Patty. Good morning. Michelle, I think I said good morning. If I didn't, good morning. Oh, girl, I'm not playing. No, I don't play with that AI shit like that. No, 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 no. I just used AI to create that picture. I told them what I wanted. I wanted a picture of. They gave me four different options, and that's the one that I picked. And see, that's the funny thing is, so we were talking about. We also were talking about Zorro Ranch. Now, Zorro Ranch is in New Mexico. That also used to be owned by none other than Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, he owned Zorro Ranch. So now there's an investigation. Now, I don't know if it was Zorro Ranch that they had all these bodies buried by, or was it one that was close by him? So, Jeffrey Epstein used to own Zorro Ranch. Now there's an investigation into this place, which is now owned by another owner, and they've turned it into a Christian resort. But Zorro Ranch was owned by Epstein. And they're saying that New Mexico will reopen its investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch in the state following a public pressure campaign for a fuller accounting of the role that the location played in the late financiers sex trafficking conspiracy. Then I see TMZ posting pictures of this guy in Israel who looks like Jeffrey Epstein with a beard. Looks just like Jeffrey Epstein. And then they showed the photos from when he was taken from the jail. Jeffrey Epstein had a tattoo on his up around his shoulder and forearm. And that picture on the same side didn't have it. So do we think that Jeffrey Epstein could be alive? Okay, for which one? Oh, she only has that one. Okay, I will. Do we think that Jeffrey Epstein could be alive? Because TMZ posted this picture, pointing to it, and said, "Is this Jeffrey Epstein?" Let me see, can I find that photo? Hold on a second, because hold on. Let me see. if I can find this. Jeffrey Epstein, Israel. Hold on. Israel. Island. Okay, hold on. Where's Jeffrey Epstein photo? TMZ. Hold on. TMZ. When was this? February 4th. Hold on. Uh, yeah, Harvey, February 4th. Seen in new death photos after jail. So, TMZ has everything. Pedo death pics revealed. Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing. Why? I mean, they're releasing all this shit. So here we have Jeffrey Epstein's suicide in his jail cell was a gruesome end to a long campaign of alleged sexual abuse of underage females. First of all, it wasn't a long line. Okay. He was convicted before and he took a plea deal. No, no. Wait a minute. In Florida. Yeah, he did. And he settled lawsuits. So you mean to tell me that you don't believe he did these things when he settled this before? But I want you to look at this. Do you see this? Is that a handcuff around him? Is that one of those things? Because that's supposed to be Jeffrey Epstein here. This is supposed to be Jeffrey Epstein. That's supposed to be Jeffrey Epstein. That's supposed to be him. They said that the thyroid cartilage is almost entirely ossified, but I don't think that's him. They said he died by suicide, but TMZ has a photo of a guy in Israel. Okay, new image. If Jeffrey Epstein, there it is right there.
Look, there are real things to
Stop.
be outraged about in the Epstein.
Hold on. Hold on. Here we go.
Circulating on X.
Is that Jeffrey Epstein? Is that Jeffrey Epstein? Looks like Jeffrey Epstein to me. What do you guys think? Do you think that's Jeffrey Epstein? Look at that photo and look at, is that Jeffrey Epstein? Oh, wow, bless her. I wonder if her ex shamed and blamed her or wanted her to stay quiet. No, rabbit holes. I'm telling you, when I saw this photo, I was like, oh my God, that does look like him. Yes. Yes. A Christian retreat is what they're now. And then I hear that, the people that used to do, what is it, lifestyle photos, they were also named in the Jeffrey Epstein files and everything else. So I have a whole list of names that I'm going through. And with everything that Mari sent me this morning, we have emails and everything in there. I have to pull this, I have to download it. But this ranch that he had owned was 7,560 acres. And they're saying that that's one of several properties where the sex trafficking conspiracy was conducted. Some accusers, they said, have alleged the ranch was the site of the sex trafficking. Even when the pilot testified, he said that Yesleen Maxwell was second in command. So now they're doing this. But Yesleen Maxwell is refusing to testify. The one lady, where she's going by Jane Doe, who took the stand at his sex trafficking trial, said that Yesleen Maxwell would bring her to New Mexico and New York, and she would be at the ranch. She said every time that someone would come into her room, Jeffrey wants to see you, Jeffrey wants to see you, and they would escort her to go see him. She said her heart sank in her stomach. She did not want to go see him. She would be taken to his bedroom and the same thing would happen, she said. So these photos that's been released that Maury's son sent to her is like 10,000 photos plus emails. I'm going through all of those and have to download them. As a matter of fact, I think I need to order an external drive today. I'm going to do that. I need to order an external drive. So President Trump has tried to distance himself. They said that when you're listening to the Senate hearing, they're stating that the abusers, their names were redacted from documents, but the victim names remained. And Pam Bondi said that it was an oversight. Get the fuck out of here. You left the victims' names there. You redacted the people that are still alive that still need to be prosecuted for their pedo behavior. So this one lady, she came forward with her name. What is it? Annie Former. She said that Yesleen Maxwell gave her a nude massage at the Zorro Ranch, and she was 16 years old. She said that Epstein would climb into her bed and said he wanted to cuddle. She's 16 years old. She said he pressed his body against hers, and one time she told him she had to pee so she can flee the room. 16 years old. You want to cuddle with a 16-year-old. Oh my God. I have that on so I can watch it too. Let me try to find that email. Okay. Allie Carter, it's not Tupac's daughter. Stop it, DJ. Allie Carter has been raped by everybody on the goddamn planet. I'm so sorry. Hold on a second. I just got stop. Okay. Status of titles. Hold on a second. Letters patent established that the children of the sons of sovereign hold the dignity of prince or princess and the style of her royal highness. Even though the father has lost his title, the 1917 letters patent says that the kids will remain as your royal highness. This rule applies regardless of whether their father holds a specific peerage like the Duke of York. Got it. Prince Andrew has been stripped of Pacific conferred titles such as Duke of York and official duties. However, the title of prince and the rank of princess are separate from these confirmed. Got you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, yes, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenia did not lose their royal titles. So they're good. But I don't think I want them around me because your daddy is a pedo. Yes, he's alive hanging out with Michael Jackson and Elvis. Oh no, I think Michael did. I remember seeing when they brought Michael out that house and they had that oxygen mask on Michael, and ain't shit was happening with that oxygen mask. It was clear as day. Michael was dead. They did that for the press. Michael was dead when they wheeled him out the house. They just didn't want to say it until the family got to the hospital. Michael was dead. Now, I don't know about Elvis. But I know Michael did. I don't know about Tupac, because Tupac might be still up there. He might be Machiavellian and shit. But Michael Jackson did. Now, if you want to say Prince still alive, I'd be a little happy about that. I don't believe he killed himself. Neither do I. And then the guards that were there to actually guard him, and he was on suicide watch, they happened not to be at their station. Both of them, no one's watching the camera. And then they fire them, and then they bring them back, and then they pay them a hefty sum for wrongful termination. That's to keep them quiet. Did anybody check on those two guards? Are they still alive? Oh, I love Ricky Genovese. I love him when he said, "Now that Epstein is dead, all you perverts can had to pay for your own private plane here." Oh, damn! But no, I'm talking about when they said the body was, when they showed the body on the table, but they didn't show his face, but that tattoo wasn't on his arm. But if you looked at that photo again, you would see all this red. Hold on, let me go back to this photo real quick. Because you would see all the red that's on his arm. Ah, shit, it's the wrong one. But it looks like he had something removed while he was there. Oh, hold on. That's not the one I want. Oh, I could have used that one. See, when I saw this picture right here, look, you see that red right there? You see that? Now, if you hung yourself, okay, and that looks like he's in a white bag. So, right here, he still has this jumper thing on. But look at that right there. And I was looking at that and I was like, okay, you see it? You see the red? So, what's the. See, they got him in there. Got his name there, Jeffrey Epstein. You see the mark around. But what is this red right here? What is that? What is that right there? That's what I want to know. The nose in both pics are the same. See? Oh, Yaslene's in prison. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. Well, Yaslene only got $10 million, but his brother has his estate and he left a lot of money to his pilot too. But Yaslene only received 10 million. She only got 10 million. Not him. Everyone has. Well, okay, you think that's a doppelganger? He had a will, Mari. He left most. No. He only left her 10 million. He left a lot to his pilot. Well, 10 million to her would be nothing. But you got to remember, her father was a crook. Did you guys know that Yasleen Maxwell's father was a crook? They thought he committed suicide after he was caught embezzling, left her and her two brothers destitute and their mom. Did you guys know that? Yeah, she's privileged. Hi, Demon Mandy. She's privileged trash. Lisa, what are you making? I've cut sugar out. Oh, I'm trying to cut sugar out. No, Maria, different girlfriend. She's super young. Yep. Yes, Lena only received 10 million. Bondi needs to go. Christy Gnomes need to go. But Bondi was so smug. If you guys haven't watched that hearing, just watch the clips of her. Hi, Julie. Julie, thank you. Have you are you guys having bad weather? Because we had bad weather the last 2 days. Yep, they redacted the perps. And that's what they were asking her. Why haven't you arrested or investigated, or not even investigated because it's there? Why haven't you held these people accountable? Ooh, the red blue game is over. Two wings of the same bird. I agree, Susie. I agree. Epstein's estate was worth 577 million. It was put into a trust with the lawyer Darren ended to pay out restitution to his victim. It's valued at 125 million today. So it's just sitting. Yes, the letters of patent need to be changed. Charles is too much of a pussy to do it. But William will. William gonna step in there like, okay, you fucked up with my mother. Okay, let's change some shit around because I still have the same ideas and things as my mother did, as she instilled in me. William is waiting for him to go. I'm surprised that William don't get up when he goes to visit. He's sitting in his chair to put a mirror under his nose and see if he's breathing. I'm just joking. Yep. Tupac is like, I'm good up here. You creepy pedos can go on with your weird ass selves. That's the conspiracy theories, that it's a fake body. But I have to find, okay, so in the pictures that Mari sent to me, there are a lot of pictures with Jeffrey with his shirt off. I want to see if that arm, which it should be his left arm, is the one that had the forearm and right that had that tattoo. It looks like to me on that arm, it looks like something was lasered off. And that's what I'm looking, because it's too red. You hung yourself. You're not hanging from your arms. Your neck, you can see the mark around his neck, which is too pronounced to me. I mean, it's too pronounced as far as I'm seeing. So no. I'm gonna have to get a I'm gonna have to get a, what do you call that damn thing? A microscope, not a microscope. The thing, a magnifying glass. Shit, I couldn't even think. I'm gonna get a magnifying glass and look at that. She has a okay. She's in federal prison in Texas, and it's federal prison. It's like daycare for adults. Okay. Yeah, he had a young girlfriend. It's like daycare for adults. Okay, seriously, they have steak. Federal prison. She's in Bryan, Texas, or is she in Beaumont? Is she at the same place where Jen was from the Real Housewives? I don't know. She's in a fucking club. It's what it is. It's Club Fed. That's where she's at. Club Fed. Club Fed. That's where she's at. She doesn't have to eat what they cook. She can, telling you, it's Club Fed. Cash Patel needs to go too. I still want to know, why in the hell was Cash Patel down? Why was he in Arizona? What was the purpose? Why do you have a 22-year-old girlfriend, Cash Patel? Is she legal, Cash Patel? Is she legal? She's 22. Oh, you're getting 10 centimeters. Ooh, damn. I don't think the monarchy will live past William. The people want to see him as king. After that, I doubt anyone cares. That's probably true, but it's going to live on and on and on and on and on. He was all about cloning, so I'm sure there are more of him. Ooh, I didn't know that part. Oh, yeah, she said the dial. Girl, when she said the dial was up, I said, what the fuck does that have to do with you not prosecuting these pedos? And that's the same thing. It's like it's ingrained. But when Marjorie Taylor Greene walked away, I was like, get out of here. She was heavy Trump. It does take a few sessions to remove a tattoo. Okay. We've only had two snow things, and none of it has been like it was for the last 3 years. Cash, nothing going on. Uh, am I the only one? Wait a minute. Am I the only one who thinks Paul Walker was walking the pedophile like his girl was 16 when they got together and he was around 32? You mean Paul Walker from The Fast and the Furious? You mean that Paul Walker? His girlfriend was 16? Is that the mother of his daughter? How old was Paul Walker when he died? Hold on a second. Amanda, don't come in here with that. Hold on. How old was Paul Walker when he died? Okay, he was 40 years old when he died. I didn't know he had a girlfriend that was 16 when he was 33. Designer babies? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't give a shit. That's too young. She's 16. Yeah, that's too young. So that's not the daughter, that's not his daughter's mother. Okay, that's too young. I'm sorry, but everybody says, "Oh, Jerry Lee Lewis married his cousin, she was 12, 13." Okay, it was still disgusting. No, he was 40 when he died. He was 40 years old. Okay, let's look. So, Nancy Guthrie has been missing 19, 20 days. We've had all of the, Time, CNN, all these live updates. We have JLR, the scammer. We have all these people looking for her. They're saying it's an inside job. I'm sitting there going, okay, no woman 80 something years old is going to answer her door at 2 o'clock in the morning to somebody she doesn't know. I think the person that went to that door was a decoy. I thought somebody probably told them they're playing a joke on someone. I still believe it's someone that knows that family. I think it's someone that's very close to that family. And now they're saying that, it's easy to get her into Mexico. Well, not well, it depends on your point of entry, to be honest. And if they know you, if you paid them off, and they're not going to check your car. But this one person that's been sending messages to TMZ says that he saw her in Mexico. He was warned not to say anything. Now, he put all of this in a letter, right? Like the kidnappers are not going to know that you're the one that's sending this information to TMZ, and they're not going to take you out. Get the fuck out of here. Those letters are fake. Fake. I understood them when Brooks said that they can tell when a pacemaker stops working, but it's not real time. Get all of that. Here is my thing. But that's only if you have a transmitter, though. So you would have to have a body, in my opinion, like they did with Gene Hackman when they figured out when his pacemaker stopped working. So we can know his time of death. Now, I read this article when it said Gene Hackman was found in his study. No, he was not. He was found in the mud room. Where do you guys come up with this shit from? Read the police reports. He was found in the mud room. His wife was found in her bathroom. And I do believe that he did not know his wife was deceased. I do believe she died before him. And I think I read that too. I said that before I even read that. But I think she died before him. That house was so big, he probably didn't know what was going on. But he was found in the mudroom with his cane, his sunglasses on the floor. My dad has a transmitter with his paper. So does your dad take his transmitter with him? Gamecock? Okay, so yeah, but some of them don't have transmitters. My great grandfather didn't have a transmitter on his. That was nothing that was there at the house. Nothing. So I'm looking at this whole Nancy Guthrie situation. Hi, Crafting with Amanda. I'm looking at the whole situation. You're telling TMZ you saw her walking, and you know the people, the two people that have her, and that they warned you not to say anything. Now, all of this is in the letter to TMZ, and Harvey is reading this on the air, and he's giving this to the FBI. I'm a kidnapper. I hear Harvey reading this shit. My first thing is, oh, your bitch ass the one and told on us. You want money so you can tell them where we are. Don't you think I'm going to take your ass out? But yet you still keep getting letters from the same person who wants money to tell you where she is? Are you kidding me? Harvey, you were an attorney. You probably still have your credentials. You probably still up to date on your license. Harvey, are you believing this is real? That's what I want to know. Why are you people believing this bullshit? If that woman was alive and if they really wanted this money, they would show proof of life. And then we have Savannah not knowing if she's going to continue with Good Morning America. Girl, who gives a fuck? I don't care. I don't care. It's not about you. Why the hell was your mother living in a home with no working security system by herself? And now, oh, they have a glove, guys. They have a glove. You know, I called Cato to see if that was OJ's glove that he went there and planted. But, you know, he said, no, he ain't had nothing to do with that. Now, first they said they have new DNA evidence. Okay? Then it doesn't match anybody in the system. Then they got a glove. Ooh, we got DNA. Okay. Who you going to match it to? Is it the same glove that we saw the guy wearing in the video? Yep, the glove, Susie. They found a glove. They found a glove. Yes, Lisa, I saw that video. Yep, they can get it in Mexico. When we went on my cruise to Mexico, these young girls were on a cruise. Well, they weren't girls. They were young women and they were teachers. They thought they were buying ecstasy at the pharmacy in Mexico, right? We get back on the ship that night and they're showing us this and that. And I looked at her and I said, you do realize that's a little blue pill and that's for men, right? I said, that is not ecstasy. And she was like, oh no. And I said, first of all, I wouldn't want you teaching my kids, but yeah, you can buy anything in Mexico. You don't need a prescription. You don't need a prescription. You're going to Mexico. And if she told them she needed her prescription, they're going to ask her what it is and they're going to get it. They're going to pay somebody else. But again, if you're not getting the money, that means you have to feed her, clothe her, all this other stuff. Were any clothes missing out the house? Have they said anything about clothes missing out the house? Don't think so. Um, um, was her purse missing? Have they given us any of these details? They have used all of these resources on this woman. Okay. And they have all of these missing kids in Arizona. If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Just another. They found a glove, but yet the pool cleaners show up there the next day to clean the pool, and they said it wasn't me. They pulled the Shaggy. They said it wasn't me, not me. They pulled the Shaggy, wasn't me. But you've got people walking all around this property, traipsing all over the place. Really? And then you release the house, and then 2 days later you go back. No, 3 days later. And you're quarting off the house and nobody's there, and the family has hired a security guard to stand out there. Mexico was caught giving horse tranquilizer. I'm telling you, when they showed us those pills, and I'm looking at my friend and I'm like, are they crazy? Hi, Cindy Kins. I said, are they crazy? I said, I forgot. What's the little blue pills called again? I forgot what they're called. Heidi, the borders in Arizona are also known for trafficking. Mm. But my whole thing is, did they say that clothes were missing? Did they say, now they're saying that the family isn't involved. Now they're saying they've cleared the family after smearing the son-in-law's name and the daughter. Now you're saying that the family isn't involved. Now the sheriff won't turn over the case to the FBI. Why? You're not doing shit. You're not solving nothing. You're stopping innocent people, detaining them for no than just to put on a show. Viagra, thank you. Then to put on a show to let people try to believe that you're actually doing something when you're not. I'm telling you, you can get anything in Mexico. Anything. Especially where the ships come in at, and they have all of these things. They got the tourist area. You go, you can get anything in Mexico. Hmm. So they had a whole bunch of Viagra, and their dumbasses thought they had ecstasy. That's one of the same girls that slept with some guy, couldn't figure out what cabin she was in, lost her shoes, and then she wants me to go ask the guy across the way if she spent the night with him. I said, have you lost your goddamn mind? I'm not doing it. That man has a girlfriend and she's with him. She was like, well, I need to know if I was in his room or not. I'm like, wait, what? I'm just like, what the hell? But again, Nancy Guthrie. Okay, I'm going to show you something right now. So we have a missing. Hold on, hold on. I'm gonna pause this because I don't want to hear of this. So this just happened. Foodie Beauty thinks she can smuggle meds from Malaysia to Canada safely. Foodie Beauty has enough folds in her skin where she can hide anything. That girl is disgusting and nasty. And she's opened up her mouth. Chantel, I was in there yesterday and I'm like, oh my God, how do you do this? But I'm very happy for you. I'm very proud of you. You have grown that channel. I am very proud of you. But I can't stand that woman. Because I remember when Mob Tube Chronicles actually covered her for a little bit. And that's when she was with that guy. I can't remember his name. Okay, so this is coming from Nancy Grace. And I want you to listen. Now, this just happened 16 hours ago. Let's see if the FBI, Cash Patel, let's see what they do to find her. Okay? Let's see.
U.S. Navy veteran who has been deployed all around the world protecting us. And now it's our turn to help her and her family. Margaret Hanley, 23-year Navy veteran, mother and grandmother, disappears, last seen in her own home. Was she a victim
Have we heard mainstream media talk about her? Have we seen all of the news crews, everything camping out trying to find Margaret? Have we seen that? No. No, we have not.
Some bizarre scam? Joining me, not only Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter, Sergeant Josh Sterner out of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Department, who is on the road in his cruiser right now looking for her, but also her son,
Now, I got a
Jomo Thompson. Mr. Thompson, thank you for joining us. You're joining us from Kentucky. Tell me when you
I want you to pay attention to what the son says, and then you're going to know why I have a problem with this son. I want you to listen.
learned your mom is missing. How did that happen?
One of her brothers, she has 11 brothers and sisters, and they communicate daily to kind of keep up with each other, which I think is great. And they told me, one of my uncles told me the last that he heard from her was on Monday the 8th.
Okay, Monday the 8th was the last time your uncle heard from your mother. That means that you were not in communication with your mother. You hadn't tried to reach your mother. Your uncle had to call you to tell you your mother was missing. Get the fuck out of here with that.
And he alerted me to this on Wednesday when I found out. I called one of her friends that regularly visits her, Oma, and she told me, yes, she hadn't heard from my mom either. And so that's when we called the police and tried to figure out what's going on, where she could be.
Okay, let me understand something. I need to get the timeline perfectly
Me too, Nancy.
reported. Mr. Thompson, you stated that one of her brothers called you and said he last heard from her on the 8th.
Yep.
That would be February the 8th. But I have another conflicting report that she was seen in her home February 9. Both of those can be true. So when was the last time of a sighting? The uncle may not have spoken to her since the 8th, but she may have been sighted on the 9th. Do you know the truth of that, Mr. Thompson?
I know that police pulled her over on, I believe it was the 8th. I have my notes here.
So for everybody that lives in Georgia, this is her car. This is a RAV4. This is the car she was last seen driving at 4 something in the morning, which is crazy. Because he's saying the only place hi Rainbow, the only place that she goes to is Walmart.
Pulled her over and for running a red light at 4 a.m. And I think they let her go with a warning. And that was the last sighting of her. As far as being in her home, Oma and her brother, Oma said she hadn't seen her in over 2 weeks. So she said she had spoken with her, but hadn't seen her.
Why was your mom out at 4 a.m.? Curious.
I have no idea because my mom stays at home. The only place she really drives to is Walmart in her neighborhood. She doesn't like to drive. She likes to be at home. Her activities are watching her soap operas, The Price is Right, and talking to her family. So the behavior, her being out and spotted in Gainesville and in Hinesville, Georgia is just very strange to us. And that's what we're trying to figure out what is going on.
Mr. Thompson, you are so correct.
Oh, Epstein's in Colorado?
My mom,
Okay.
94, lives with us. But when she was still living on her own, she had like a little circle, like we all do.
Hold on. You heard what Nancy said? Her mom is 94 and she lives with them. Savannah Guthrie's mom is 84 and she was living in her own home with no security. And what, it's her daughter and her son-in-law like 7 minutes away from her or something like that, but still no security. Okay.
All have
Yes.
a parameter where we
Yes.
normally are. It can be the grocery store. My mom was the grocery store, the church, piano classes, grocery store, church, piano classes. And if I had heard she was in a different city or out at 4 a.m.,
Uh-huh.
I would know something is very, very wrong.
That just goes
You're
to tell
absolutely
you.
correct. And I want to point out, Mr. Thompson,
Yep, it does sound like that, doesn't it? It does sound like. When did you last speak to her, sir? That's just it. He doesn't say, guys. He doesn't say. He doesn't say.
that we've done a little checking into your mom, and you're right. This lady, a 23-year Navy vet,
Where the news crews?
went to
Where's
her
Hank
favorite
Patel?
places. She would go to the grocery store. She would go to Walmart.
Let's see a
That's
video of
it.
her soon.
Okay, I don't understand what's happening. Tell me exactly, Mr. Thompson, where is her home? What city? Is it Hinesville?
No, it's in Jacksonville, Georgia.
She's in
She
Jacksonville,
lives
Georgia.
Jacksonville,
over-
Georgia.
Yes.
And where's Jacksonville, Georgia, for people that are not familiar with the geography
Duval.
of Georgia?
Duval County. Her address was in Southern Oaks. She lived on a street
I'm gonna call
called
it
Southern
Duval.
Oaks. And again, just
Duval.
a nice neighborhood, good people. They take care of each other there. So yeah, this is just all very alarming to us. She's
not
deviated from
alarming to
the
you.
behavior she's exhibited in the last 5 years since we've known her.
Listen
Again,
to what he said. She's deviated from the things that in the last 5 years since we've known her. You said that wrong. Her behavior has changed in the last 5 years. It's not since you've known her. You've known her all of your fucking life. That's how you've known her all of your life. Her behavior has changed in the last 5 years. And then we hear that she has short-term memory loss. But if you asked her where was she 10 years ago, she can tell you. But if you asked her what she had for lunch, she couldn't tell you. So again, you left your mother alone at 84 years old. You're not checking on her. Your uncle had to call you to tell you your mother is missing. You're not a very good son.
retired. She goes for walks every now and then, but other than her circle and going to the grocery store, this behavior is bizarre, which kind of leads me to believe that maybe she was being scammed. She was under duress. I just don't know. I just really don't know. I hate to speculate. I'm just trying to keep my thoughts positive and optimistic that we will find her.
Of course.
The family not eating, the family not sleeping. They want.
Nancy, he didn't say he wasn't eating and not sleeping. That's you saying that. Nancy, stop trying to inflict stuff on people that they're not saying. He never said he wasn't eating or sleeping, because undoubtedly, he don't look like he's tired out to me. He don't look like he's missed a meal.
Their mother home. Fear grew when the family tried calling the victim, in this case, Mrs.
you go,
Hanley,
Deborah.
age 72. They couldn't reach her. She apparently left with her vehicle Feb 9. That's what we think. Well, Jomo Thompson springs into action, filing a missing persons report with local police. He checked her bank account and was alarmed at what he
Duval
found.
is in Georgia.
What did you find in your
Duval
mom's
County.
banking account, Mr. Thompson?
Just the day in question on the 9th, like transactions like $200 taken out from TP USA, which is a Hello Mobile company. So I think that was the maximum amount she was allowed to withdraw, and then a withdrawal from Walgreens as well,
This is a scam gone wrong.
$500. And my mom, very frugal. This again is just not like her. She had automatic withdrawal set up for her mortgage, her bills, and things like that. And then she had her friend that would help her with groceries, and she would write her checks. And so those transactions were all pretty
When's the
familiar
last time you
until
visited your mom?
about a month ago. Then I just started seeing these weird charges in her bank account.
So a month ago, he started seeing weird transactions in her bank account. Now, did he notice it a month ago, or when the police started investigating, they pulled it? Because if you notice these weird transactions in your mother's bank account, and you didn't go from Kentucky to Georgia to check to see what the hell was going on, or if her brother lived nearby, you didn't alert your uncle, okay, that tells me even further your relationship with your mother.
You know what's interesting? I want to follow up with.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I had something come to, because my dad's account, I get the emails so somebody was trying to do a transaction on his ATM card. And I called him. I said, Daddy, I said, why is this charge being here? I said, but it says it's being declined because the wrong PIN number. He was like, oh, baby, I gave my card to so-and-so to go get me some stuff. I said, you are not giving your card out anymore, because I'm getting notifications your card has been declined due to wrong PIN number. I get the messages on my phone, and I'll call him. What's going on? And if he doesn't answer, I'll call my sister. I'm just like, look, something's going on with Daddy's ATM card. Did he lose it? What's going on with it? She goes, I don't know. And I'm telling her what's going on. She goes, okay, I'm going to go find out. But by that, I'm calling him on the phone too, and she's going to go find out why he's giving his card to people. I don't give a hell if you consider her your stepdaughter or not. No.
Sergeant Josh Sterner is joining us right now.
So
he is currently in the Georgia jurisdiction, and
they're
he's
investigating.
flying down
This is the picture that
I-95 right now in his search for.
Now,
who's used to doing these fraudulent charges to see if they are fraudulent.
hold on.
Josh Sterner. That's not right. Why is this little old lady, this grandma, making all these cash withdrawals, Sergeant?
That's what we're trying to find out, Nancy. I appreciate you having me on here. At this point, we're trying to get with the banks to see where these cash withdrawals came from. That way we can trace them. We're working with our economics crime division, who's used to doing these fraudulent charges to see if they are fraudulent. That way we can get further investigative leads to hopefully.
Okay, look at this little old lady standing in line with her wallet in hand. She is going to make a withdrawal. Does she look like she's happy? Look at this old lady. She looks terrified. I like the shoes though, but she looks terrified.
We find out where Margaret is.
Hold on just a moment, Sergeant. What, Dave Mack, look at the photo, Dave. Is this her going up to an ATM? I was just about to say that Atlanta PD homicide cracked a case through ATM photos. ATM photos. And I've told you this story before, Dave Mack. The guy.
Well, y'all don't know. Every time you go to the ATM, there's a photo. If you don't know it, you know it now. Walmart has some of the best security, best cameras around. Walmart has state-of-the-art cameras. They can hit, and the casinos, they can see you put something down and somebody walks by and pick it up. I told you when we were in Grant, Clint and I, he had actually swiped a car, didn't realize it. We were in that gambling, and they came right up to us. And I'm like, what? They asked him to come outside and go take a look because he was driving his big rig with that long trailer on it. And he didn't realize that he had swiped that car. That guy whose car was swiped, he didn't even care. They exchanged information, and he never, ever, ever sent a claim in to his insurance company. But they will find you. They will definitely find you.
The perp was wearing a hat, a baseball hat that said, "Kiss my bass." I had to retry the case 14 years later. The homicide occurred while I was in law school. And that was one of the only things left in the evidence room was the hat that said, "Kiss my bass." That said, let me see that ATM picture again. Let me see
So-
her. Let me see Miss Hanley.
So, and with that, they found that she had a couple of checks that were for $10,000. Now, supposedly the checks were written to this older guy in Texas. I think it's identity theft. Somebody used this man's information with these checks, and I guess tried to get her to cash them. And then you know how that scam was going on. I'm gonna send you this check, and you just have to pull out this amount of money. I think that's what happened to this lady right here.
Okay, Dave Mack, while we're looking at Miss Hanley, 72-year-old Navy vet grandma, what am I seeing? It looks like she's going up with her wallet out to the ATM.
Looks like she's going to make a withdrawal. Nancy, look at her face. This is concern.
Yep.
There's something more going on here in this picture. Now, I don't know Mrs. Hanley, but I'm looking
She's
at
72?
what appears to me to be a worried 72-year-old woman. Nancy, a couple of things you haven't mentioned so far. The family has found 2 large
Listen.
check receipts, one for $10,000 and another for $12,000. Not to mention, in the days since she's been missing, these $200 withdrawals being made. This is a very, very frugal woman who does not waste money. Looks like she's going to make a withdrawal and looking very concerned to me.
Okay, straight back to Sergeant Josh
That's
Sterner.
their car.
He is with the Jacksonville
Did you
Sheriff's
guys see
Department
this car?
in
You in
Florida.
Georgia
He
or
is
anywhere
flying down
else?
I-95 right now.
Well,
Everybody's searching for Miss Margaret. Okay, I didn't know that. A $10,000 check and a $12,000 check. Was it made out to a person or to cash? Was it a withdrawal? If it's just a withdrawal, that's not going to help me at all. But somebody had to cash it. What do we know about those
it was never
big checks,
cashed,
Sergeant?
Nancy.
So those big checks were written but never cashed.
Thank you.
Her account was never taken. The money was
That's
never
what
taken
I'm
out of that
saying,
account.
Susie.
It was written to an older gentleman in Texas, and we had Texas go out to his house and meet with him, and he had no idea
No idea.
where the checks came from, and they actually took possession of one of the checks that he still had.
Okay, this is a total scam. If the old guy in Texas is cleared,
Old guy in Texas. So again, she's missing. Anybody sees that car? It's a RAV4. Georgia plates have showed you. This is the sheriff's office number. This is
Possession
bad.
of one of the checks that he still had.
Where are the things?
okay,
Where's
this
CNN?
is a total scam.
Where's the New York
If the
Times?
old guy
Where's
in
everybody?
Texas is cleared, that means somebody is using his
23
identity to
Navy-
get her
23
money.
Navy
See what I
veteran.
mean, Sergeant? How are they doing it? How are they doing it? I wonder if they backed out of the checks when they realized the evidentiary problems with them, Sergeant Sterner, and started getting her to get cash withdrawals.
That's weak.
What do you think about that, sir?
I mean, that's always a possibility, but at the same time, we know when she left her house on the 8th that she was by herself. We have a clerk in Bradford County, Florida, that actually spoke with her and talked to her. She seemed to be fine. He helped her pump gas and then sent her on her way. And at the time, she was by herself.
I thought he
And then
said
we
he was
also
in
have her up in
Jacksonville.
Patterson, Georgia, which is just southwest of Hinesville, where her vehicle was last seen. And it appears on that video that she is also still by herself.
So let me ask you this. What was the date she was spotted
I
in
think
Bradford
she
County, Florida?
But you know, because she was in Florida. Now here's the thing. She might be, because before my niece actually unalived herself, she couldn't even find her way home from work. That's how bad she was schizophrenic and bipolar. She would find herself in Galveston, has no idea where she's at, and she's calling her dad to come get her when she only lived, well, a drive from her job is like 6 minutes. She would be all the way in Galveston. So I'm thinking maybe since she has that little dementia, but then with the money and the withdrawal, you don't know. Maybe her friend Uma, I'm sorry to say that, might be a part of the problem. Maybe she was pulling money for her. Who knows?
And got the gas. And what was the date she was in Patterson, Georgia?
So she started her travels on February 7th and traveled throughout the day and evening through the 8th. And the last time we have her on the 8th is around 4:30 p.m., I believe.
So, but she was seen in her home allegedly on February 9th. So, who saw her in her home on February 9th? See, that's what I'm saying.
And that was in
This
Patterson,
is ringing
Georgia?
true to me.
That was in Hinesville, the 4:30 p.m. She was in Patterson around
Okay.
between 10 and 11 a.m.
Got it.
On the
Got it. Back to her son, Margaret Hanley's son, Jomo Thompson. Mr. Thompson, again, thank you for being with us. This doesn't sound like your mother at all.
Not one bit, Nancy.
Oh my God, he's so
And that's just what's
dressed
so
out.
concerning.
His beard is trimmed. His
What
hair is
someone could have
cut.
possibly said to
No
her
bags
to
under his eyes.
spring her into this
Who's that?
action to do something that she hasn't done in quite some time, to change up her schedule, to deviate, to drive to all these places. My mom, I remember 20 years ago when I went to visit her when she was stationed in New Orleans, and she had apprehension about just coming to the airport to pick me up, to take me back to the base. So again, just very much not like my mom. So
she's
I feel
missing. That's for her. Now I have one more that's missing, and she's a Black woman as well. This is going to be, I think this is Anna Tiz. I think her name is Anna Tisdale. Um, Hold on, let me get that one for you, because I'm like, wait a minute, we've got these missing women. They're elderly, but yet everybody is jumping on the whole Nancy Guthrie thing when we have another elderly Black woman that's missing. Hold on, let me show you this. This is crazy to me. But let's find Nancy. Let's find Nancy. Let's camp out. Let's find out who owned that glove. Okay, here we go.
Does 78-year-old Annie Tisdale, a grandma gone missing, and she has
Exactly,
dementia.
Payne.
Even if she's found, she won't be able to communicate who she is. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime
Hi,
Stories.
Nancy.
I want to thank you for being with us,
So Nancy is now on the Black wagon.
because I want to get to her granddaughter.
So
Dave Mack, Crime Stories
okay,
investigator,
hold on a second.
old grandmother.
So Nancy is now on the Black wagon. Unbelievable. Why can't the Nancy reporters at the very least mention others missing? Don't know, but we've got a lot missing. And there's a teen girl just went missing. Well, she went missing 2 days ago. And yeah, but this is
Annie Tisdale, let's see her photo, is missing. She has dementia and she needs your help. Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter, what can
Hi,
you tell me?
sweet.
Tell me quickly,
I'm
because
sorry,
I want to
didn't
get
see
to
you
her
come in.
granddaughter.
I just saw Mari speaking to
Nancy,
you.
Annie Tisdale
Hi,
went
sweetie.
missing after she left her home to go to a restaurant and come back. Now, I point that out because as this timeline starts, Nancy, she actually normal routine stuff. Goes to a restaurant, comes home. Her food wasn't ready. So she goes back to this restaurant in Abbeville, South Carolina. And we're talking about being able to track her via license plate cameras and surveillance video in different towns. Now, follow me here. From 6 p.m. to 6:15 p.m., she is seen purchasing a lottery ticket, scratchers from a local gas station in Abbeville. Between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m., she is seen on Flock cameras in Greenwood, South Carolina. Greenwood, South Carolina is about 13 miles from Abbeville. It takes about 20 minutes to get there and is very common and very familiar to her. She knows this area. But on video, she's seen on flock cameras making multiple turns and driving around as if she's lost. This is 7 p.m. to
He
8
has
p.m.
dementia.
8 p.m. to 5:45 a.m. the next morning, Nancy. 10 hours of this timeline, we don't know. Based on flock camera footage through multiple towns, she drove a route from Greenwood to Livonia, Georgia, through
Livonia.
Calhoun Falls, South Carolina, into Georgia, to Etburton, Georgia, and from Etburton, Georgia to Livonia, Georgia. This is a lot of driving around and no real direction as to where she's headed. It appears that she lost and turned around and could not figure out how to get back home, Nancy.
This is a 78-year-old grandmother. She's last seen wearing a polka dot dress. We think the one that we're showing you. I'm going to circle back to Brian Fitzgibbons, the Director of Operations USPA Nationwide
she's missing
Security
as well.
Expertise Finding Missing
Miss
People. But
Anna
first,
Annie
straight out to
Tisdale.
Ryan Tisdale joining us, granddaughter of Annie Tisdale. She, Ryan, and her father are currently searching throughout Georgia to find Miss Annie Tisdale. Ryan, thank you for being with us tonight. What happened? It sounds like
So
she's
here's
driving.
my thing. I know they say she has dementia, but she had a routine. Now, you got a routine. Grandma shouldn't be driving, period. Okay? Sorry. I don't care if she was able to do this for a while, but dementia takes on another life of its own. Grandma should not have been driving. When my aunt developed dementia, her car would be there, and she didn't have the keys to that car. She wasn't getting behind the wheel, and she wasn't 78. You can sit there. I was talking to her one day when I went to Louisiana. I'm down there talking to her, and then she tells me to go in the house and tell her brothers to come outside. I said, huh? She goes, go in there and tell your daddy and Eddie. I said, huh? I said, Titi. I said, Daddy and them are not here. And she says, girl, don't tell me. I just talked to my brothers. I'm like, okay. That was it. I said, okay, y'all are right. She does have dementia. I said, because we were having a conversation. All of a sudden, she's telling me to go get my daddy and his brother and tell them to come outside and come have a talk with us. See, exactly. They have license plate readers. That's what I'm trying to understand. But they've tracked her, so they know where she's been. But, okay, where is she now? You have cameras on every damn traffic light, every freeway. Where is this lady now?
Around lost.
Yeah, so we think that she did get lost and took a wrong turn, and she was caught on the cameras going back and forth
her eyes,
between the
she should
Abbeville
be
area, Athens, Elberton, Livonia area, Augusta. That's what we know where the cameras were picked up,
Does she have two
and that's
coats
all
on?
that we know
Yep, two coats.
footage-wise.
Wait a minute. She's got two coats on. She's got the white coat on, and she's got the black coat on. You go head on, Miss Annie. It's cold out there. Girl, where your gloves at with your green nail polish? You go ahead, Miss Annie.
You seen the footage?
Woman got two coats on.
No.
What are you being told is in the footage?
The police chief told us that they can see the truck, and they can see one person driving, and they can't see anybody else. They did not confirm it was her.
That's what I
Do
want to
they
know.
have
Is
a
she
reason to
driving?
think it's not her?
No.
Okay, so at this
Wait a minute.
juncture,
Wait a minute.
Ryan,
It
One
wasn't her.
person-
Hold
not
on.
her.
No.
Hold on.
Did not confirm it was her.
Do they have a reason?
And they can see one person driving, and they can't see anybody else. They did not confirm it was her.
do they have
my
a reason to
God.
think it's not her?
No.
Okay, so at this juncture, Ryan Tisdale, do you believe she's still driving her vehicle?
She's out
Nobody
of
has
gas
carjacked
now.
her.
Well, I don't believe that she's driving, only because the camera hasn't picked it up. The only way we would think that she's driving is if she had gotten more gas.
Interesting. When was the last time her vehicle was spotted, Ryan Tisdale?
Sunday morning, 7 a.m., 7:30, 8 a.m., going northbound towards I-85 is what they think.
What they
And
think.
where? Where on 85 northbound?
The camera was on Jones Street in Livonia. And the direction
Livonia,
that
still
the
Livonia.
Livonia chief is saying was towards 85. But that was the last time it was
Okay.
picked up.
And to your understanding, Ryan, she's still driving the car, the truck.
Yes.
But they couldn't verify if
Okay.
it was her
Brian
driving.
Fitzgibbons, Director Operations, USPA Nationwide Security. He leads a team of investigators.
So-
They go all around the world finding missing
Now
people.
she's missing.
He
So
is a
that's it. I mean, I'll drop the link so you guys can go finish, but I'm still saying these are elderly women that are missing, just like Nancy Guthrie, but I don't see the news media out there propped in front of the house because what? There wasn't some guy with a mask on his head and some gloves on, and you think you found the glove. And, you know, again, Cato told me it wasn't OJ's, okay? So we don't know who the glove belonged to, but they got DNA, but it doesn't match anybody in their system. But then, if you don't have a suspect, I'm sorry. Are you looking in the FBI files? Are you looking at the local sheriffs? Are you passing it around? Because I know you know there's a tracking system now when you take your fingerprints, and even for a misdemeanor, you know, all of that stuff is in there. People are saying that they believe the guy that went to the door, it was supposed to be a prank because he didn't look like he was trying to gain entry into the home. So we can't say that's the guy that took Nancy Guthrie. We can't say that. But then we got TMZ getting letters, and Harvey should know better, knowing damn well if somebody's kidnapped somebody and this person has been threatened, they will not be sending no damn notes to him telling them that they need money to let them know where Nancy Guthrie is. Correction, 16 damn clubs. I'm just saying. So again, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for spending time with me, but I'm going to go through these Epstein things probably today and tomorrow. So I can try to get a better landscape on what I'm looking at, but I do see his bunker and how it was furnished. There's all of these pictures of him with young girls. You see their young girls, their faces are redacted. There's a lot of pictures with him and Ghislaine, some with him and other men. I'm trying to figure out where these pictures are taken. And there are some at Zorro Ranch as well. And I didn't realize that until I saw Zorro Ranch this morning. See, that's what I'm saying. They're not wealthy enough. I love you too, Mari. But again, you guys have a great Friday. Let me see. I think that's everything. Hold on, let me check my notepad. Hold on. So we discussed Prince Andrew. I discussed Zorro Ranch. Oh, Hugh Hefner. We're going to have to get into Hugh Hefner's ties to Jeffrey Epstein as well. I'll do that tomorrow. I talked about Annie Tisdale. I talked about Margaret Hanley. Yeah, we'll get to Hugh Hefner tomorrow as I'm going through this stuff. But because he had some serious ties to Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew. So I will be talking about that tomorrow. See, I took notes on the things that I wanted to talk about this morning, and I covered everything I wanted to talk about except for Hugh. So we'll get to Hugh tomorrow. But thank you guys. And guys, check out Chantel. She's covering Foodie Beauty and some others. Chantel, please drop your links in the chat too. Sweets, that's for you too. Please drop your links in the chat. Damn it, Mandy, it was so nice to see you. I know you always catch me after the fact, but I'm getting back to myself at least as much as I can right now. And I'm going to try to start doing my morning lives at least 3 times a week or twice a week, and then on the weekends. So I am going to try to get myself back into a routine. But I want to say thank you guys for being here and joining me. I've enjoyed our conversation, and I will talk to you guys later. Amber, I'm going to call you later if you're still listening. Okay, I need to run out here before we start snowing again. I need to run to the grocery store real quick. I love you guys. Have a great Friday. Bye.